I'll be Steven. You be Steve.
Hey, man, I'll be whatever you want me to be.
All right.
I'm just happy to be here.
Excellent. Well, we're happy to have you here. You're Steve Letarte, crew chief for the Diet Mountain Dew National Guard number 88 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet.
Man, you got them all. You got them all.
When Junior was in here, I just said Mountain Dew, and he was not pleased.
He was
said
very
it's
unhappy
Diet
with him.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's Diet Mountain Dew, National Guard, Chevrolet. They're very important partners. You got to get them all in.
I remember the media tour last year. I asked you a question about Junior's confidence, and you were pretty defensive. You said that he knows how to drive. He's a talented driver. There is nothing wrong with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Was it just that you guys found something in your relationship that was able to elevate the 88 team back to where you guys got last year?
Well, I'd love to take the credit. I mean, that sounds like a great story. Yeah, but I mean, realistically, that helped. Dale and I, our relationship is very, very good. I think we believe in one another. We trust one another. More than anything, I think the company trusted us. The guys on the team trusted us. It took a whole lot more than just the two of us to improve the expectations and to improve the performance of the 88. And we did so. And it was a good year. It was a good year. But it's time for a little bit better than a good year. It's time to have a great year. And to do that, we have to get in victory lane. So before you can ask the question, I'll answer it. So
that's your specific goal, is to win some races.
You have to win races. I think we were the only team in the chase last year who didn't win a race. That's good and bad. It's great that we were in the chase. Proud to be in it. We were in it. That was a huge goal for us. I'm a points racer. I think that's how I've been raised. I've been raised by Ray and Jeff and Robbie, and the 24 was always such a long-standing, win the championships over 36 races, and it's just how I've been raised.
Right.
And I think that shows with my track record. If you look at my history, I've been in the chase every year as a crew chief, good average finishes, but no championships. It's been a couple of years for wins. So it's time for me to, break through. And Dale, I know, and the guys on the team, they deserve it. They've worked extremely hard. I think we've had 10 or 11 seconds between Jeff and Dale since our last win with my guys. And more than anything, they deserve to go to victory lane. So we want to take them there.
From the outside last year, as I think a lot of people probably listened to the, scanned you guys a lot. What's this relationship going to be like? My observation or my feeling was from the beginning that you had kind of a very matter-of-fact attitude with Junior. You just dealt with the problems at hand. There wasn't a lot of excess emotion involved. Did you feel like that was a good place for you guys to be, or is that an accurate characterization from your standpoint?
I think Dale and I have a great foundation for the short amount of time that we've been together, and that's very unique. But we can be a very matter of fact at the racetrack because it starts with we don't have to tell each other that we believe in one another. We don't have to tell each other, man, I know you're doing all you can. It is a given that he shows up every day on time with his game face on, ready to go. And he knows I'm the same way and the guys are the same way. So therefore, everything we discuss can be very matter of fact because it's exactly what it is. Look, we're not talking about, are you really doing this or are you really doing, no. The car's loose, I believe you, how's the fix, move on, next item. Right. And that helps us, be efficient, go through the business as quick as possible. The best thing is we did a very good job of reviewing our performances together, which that allows you to learn a whole lot more. The review process is really where you learn the most. You don't learn that most actually going through it.
Right.
It's a pretty quick day. Sunday, the races go by pretty fast. You learn the most.
You do what you do.
Yeah, when we both listen to, we both put the audio of the race on iPods and we listen to them and we watch the DVDs and we just, he is a student of the game. He understands racing as well as anybody I've ever met. And so he understands, and he's a very good critic even to himself. So we're very clear on our goals, and we're just excited to get the year going. We're ready to race.
You know what I think is really interesting about Junior is when you think about Junior, you think about super speedways, and you think about short tracks. And those seem to be on the opposite ends of the spectrum. How do the skills relate that makes him successful on the largest and smallest tracks on the circuit?
Well, I think, it's interesting. They're very separate skills, but you drive them the same way. And I mean that you have to drive them both with a lot of confidence. And I think he has confidence at those tracks. I think he has confidence everywhere, except we as a team, he obviously knows how to win at the super speedways. That goes without saying. And we proved that we know how to win at Martinsville. We were so close. Yep. And the intermediate tracks make up the bulk of the schedule, so we've been working very hard on those. And I think Homestead and Texas, while the finishes might not seem it, and no one outside of maybe our team saw it, those were great racetracks for us. We had a tremendous amount of speed both places. We tried new packages. They both worked very, very well. And there was a lot of confidence built at the end of last year, so we're excited just to get back to the racetrack and keep going.
Now, you just came off of the Daytona test. Obviously, Daytona, a place you think Dale Earnhardt Jr., and he's not a guy who's really liked the tandem drafting. Were you happy with the steps that NASCAR took or is it just, hey, whatever they give me, I'm going to make it work?
Well, first of all, I'm of the fan of whatever they give me, I'm going to make it work. I've been raised, I don't complain. Everyone that lines up on that grid can make all the excuses they want, but everyone has the same opportunity. And basically, your resume doesn't matter. What you did last week doesn't matter. You have to go win. And so I'm going to take that. But as far as NASCAR steps, I'm extremely proud of NASCAR. I'm proud to be a part of it. We went down in November to try to help them get a head start on what the preparations would be. We went back down in January. I think they're going about it the best way I know how. If I had suggestions, I would go give them to them. I am excited to break up the two-car tandems. I've told this story before. Dale and I went to Daytona last year. Bud shootout practice started, and in the first 5 minutes, I watch him take this 88 car that we've worked on all week, winter long, and go from the back of the pack to the front in like 3 laps. It was magical. And I stood on top of the truck, and I can't wait for this to start. This is going to be awesome. And 10 minutes later, we were riding around in two-car tandems, and it's no one's fault. That's how the sport worked.
Right.
So I think the fans want to get the pack broken apart, and I think Dale's a great race car driver, but if we separate him and go back in the pack, there's no one I know better at that pack racing than Dale Jr. And that is, you can't unlearn. You can't go back in time. Pandora's box is open. NASCAR can make all the rules they want. But the fact is, if there is a faster way to go for 100 feet or 1,000 feet or a mile, my job is to make sure we do that on the last 100 feet, the last 1,000 feet, or the last mile. That's my job. That's what I get paid to do. That's what Dale Jr. gets paid to do. But and I don't think the fans are upset with that, from what I hear. If you take the white and you get hooked up and you have this great 3-wide finish, that's what they want. The fact is, we want to give them their money's worth. When they come down, they support us, they buy tickets to the Daytona 500. We want to see their superstars by themselves passing 3-wide, leading laps, and we want our superstar up front.
Absolutely. That's where we want them to, by the way.
Great.
We're all in sync.
Yeah.
Steve Letarte, crew chief for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the number 88 Diet Mountain Dew
National
Guard
Yes.
That's right.
Chevrolet.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.